So first, I just want to apologize. You are going to see my back from the entire speech. So what I'm going to do now? Now I'll explain you my point of view of the Israeli-Palestinian conflict. I will explain you my point of view of the Israeli-Palestinian conflict or the Palestinian-Israeli conflict. Because in my opinion, it's the most important issue in Israel. However, as a child, I was much more concerned about how much soccer and basketball I can play, or whatever Utah Jazz just did last night. But back to the conflict. I decided that I will not judge a majority because terror attacks that are being held by the minority. I decided it would be stupid to do that. So I decided to see people and judge them, each of one of them, according my history with them, according their acts, and not according something else. And it was in the army when it was clear to me that it was the right decision. In Israel, after high school, girls serving 2 years in the army, and boys 3 years. So I want to tell you now 2 stories that help me see the light at the end of this dark tunnel. The first one, I was 19 years old in Khalil, Hebron. I had to guard for 6 hours, more or less to stand like this. 6 hours, not 6 seconds. You might imagine that it's quite boring. Yes, it is. I was thinking to myself, what can I do in order to entertain myself? And just then, I saw a bunch of Palestinian children running to me. Quickly I realized that they are playing hide and seek. And I said, well, that can be a good plan in order to entertain myself. I will join them. Because I like kids in this age, and I really like hide and seek. So what I did, when one of the kids was counting, wahad, tin, talate, I point the others where to hide. And they ran away exactly to the same spot that I pointed them. When the kid was finishing counting, Tamania, Tisa, Ashara, I pointed him where they were hiding, and he ran away to catch them. 1 second before he caught them, I told them, hey, he's coming to catch you. Run away. And they ran away. You should have seen their faces. You should have seen their smile. I don't remember when I saw someone smile like this. There was a pure happiness. You know, and I was surprised. They didn't see, it's not just that they didn't see me as an Israeli. They didn't see me as a soldier. They didn't see my helmet. They didn't see my uniform. And they didn't see my M16, which looks quite intimidated, in my opinion. I was surprised because I was sure that these kids saw me as an enemy, as a threat. But they easily accepted me. I felt like their friend, you know? I felt part of their group. And it was a magnificent feeling to know that they didn't judge me as an Israeli, they didn't judge me as a soldier, they judged me as Tomer who wants to play with them. And now, let me tell you another story. A few months later, in Nablus, I was in a checkpoint, middle of the night, something like 2, 3, everything is dark, complete silence. All my friends, 4 or 5 friends, were sleeping in the car, and I found myself the only one who was awake. Again, I was bored because it's more or less like this. Just now I can also do like this. Now I was also cold and also very hungry. Suddenly, I saw lights coming towards me. I said, interesting. It was a truck full of watermelons. The driver stopped. I approached him as I needed. I asked him, Jibel Awiya, give me your ID. He gave me his ID. And he also asked me, Kif Halek, how are you? I answered him, Alhamdulillah, thanks God, Baruch Hashem. Everything was okay with his ID. I was just about to send him away and told him good night. And then he asked me, how are you? Is everything okay? I told him, sure, I'm great. And then he asked me, are you cold? Are you hungry? Can I help you to make you feel better? No, really. You can go. Thanks a lot. And then he told me, hey, look, I have a truck full of watermelon. Have one. It will help you. I'm going to give you one. Well, he insists, but I insist more. I told him, that's what you make money for. I will not take it. Again. He didn't see my helmet. He didn't see my uniform, and definitely didn't care about my M16. I felt that he really cared about me. You know, I was 19 and a half, like a student college, that he is hungry and tired of studying so much. Just the only difference is that I was a soldier. And this man saw me as a human being, not as a threat. And I must tell you that these two stories really strengthen my belief that we could live together and made me believe in the possibility of coexistence. So I have 3 things to ask you, please. First, don't judge someone because what you heard, or because where he came from, or because what the media is telling you, because believe me, it's twisting everything. Be open-minded, always trying to hear as much side as you can from each story, and don't judge someone because you think so. Second, be optimistic, no matter what, because I might describe now a very beautiful picture about soldier that has wonderful relations with the Palestinians. But however, the situation is not like this. I can just tell you, for example, that Israel, every day, I have to go through a security check. If it's to the metro, to the train station, to the mall, to the cinema, wherever I go, even to my own university, each day I have to go through a security check to open my bag. And it's not just this. Now, all the ideas and solutions that are being offered in order to solve this conflict, in my opinion at least, will not just not solve it, will just get the thing worse. I think there is another way. However, you see me, I smiled almost all my speech. I'm thinking positive, because no matter how the situation is bad, there is always a light at the end of the tunnel that shines on one of us. And one last thing I am asking for you. Please, think how each of one in you can help us in order to solve this conflict. And if you think that I can help you, please approach me and I will be delighted to do so. Because, you know, we already heard that someone said, I have a dream. And I'm saying, I have a vision. So thank you very much for listening.